Friday of the 25th week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the book of Ecclesiastes. There is an appointed time for everything, and a time for everything under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot the plant. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones, and a time to gather them. A time to embrace, and a time to be far from embraces. A time to seek, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. What advantage has the worker from his toil? I have considered the task that God has appointed for the sons of men to be busied about. He has made everything appropriate to its time, and has put the timeless into their hearts, without man's ever discovering, from beginning to end, the work which God has done. The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, "Blessed be the Lord, my rock." Blessed be the Lord, my rock, my mercy and my fortress, my stronghold, my deliverer, my shield in whom I trust. Blessed be the Lord, my rock. Lord, what is man that you notice him, the Son of Man that you take thought of him? Man is like a breath, his days like a passing shadow. Blessed be the Lord, my rock.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Once when Jesus was praying in solitude and the disciples were with him, he asked them, "Who do the crowds say that I am?" They said in reply, "John the Baptist," others, "Elijah," still others, "One of the ancient prophets has arisen." Then he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter said in reply, "The Christ of God." He rebuked them and directed them not to tell this to anyone. He said, "The Son of Man must suffer greatly, and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." The Gospel of the Lord.
The first reading is from Ecclesiastes 3, 1-11. Now those of us who grew up in the 60s and 70s are a bit familiar with this passage because it was made into a song that was sung by the birds. There's a time for everything under the heavens, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot, etc. That God has a plan, but we don't really know the plan. So the best that we can do is follow the plan as best as we can discern it, and trust in the providence of God. God is in charge, but God's ways are a mystery to us. God's ways are not our ways. So all of these things will be revealed in time, but it's pointless to try to fight against the rhythm of that time. It's best to go along with the current of that stream that follows the way that God wants. The Gospel is from Luke 9, 18-22. Jesus is praying, and that's something that he does very often in the Gospel of Luke, especially when important events are happening. And in this case, the important event that is happening is the prediction of Jesus' passion. He asks, "Who do people say that I am?" They respond, "John the Baptist, Elijah," just as we heard yesterday in the passage that talked about Herod the Tetrarch. He says, "Who do you say that I am?" Peter responds, "You're the Christ of God." The word Christ is the Greek translation of Messiah, which means the anointed one. Peter is pointing to the fact that Jesus is the anointed one. Now, why does Jesus not call himself the Christ or Messiah? Because the people will misunderstand. They'll think he's a wonder worker, and he's not come into the world for that. He's come into the world to be the Son of Man, the title that Jesus uses for himself, a title taken from Daniel 7, where the Son of Man receives power and authority over the nations, In that case, originally meaning the people of Israel, but by the time of Jesus being reinterpreted to be a mysterious figure who would be a Messiah-like person, but not quite the Messiah. But whenever Jesus uses the title Son of Man, even though it's taken from Daniel 7, he includes vocabulary taken from the Songs of the Suffering Servant, the 4 poems that talk about a mysterious figure in 2nd Isaiah chapters 40 to 55 of the book of the prophet Isaiah, who would suffer for the sins of the people, die, be buried among robbers, and rise from the dead. And that's exactly what Jesus predicts of himself. And may God bless us.